speech is called Why Care? And I want to show you this image of a little girl. So this little girl, 6 years old, she's in first grade. She loves fried fish, swimming, and when she grows up, she wants to become a fashion designer and sew clothes. This little girl was also rescued from human trafficking in Cambodia, 6 years old. And during this speech, I'm going to give you a general overview. I'm actually not going to talk to you a lot about human trafficking per se, but I have this amazing opportunity to go to Cambodia this August and work with this anti-human trafficking organization called She Rescue. But I need a lot of support. So during my speech today, I'm going to talk to you about why there is a need to go to Cambodia. I'm going to talk to you about why focus on the issue of human trafficking there. And then I'm also going to talk to you about why send me, why should I go? And you can go to the next slide. Okay, so first off, why Cambodia? It's hard to put transitions in there. So. Okay, so Cambodia has limited charities. Just to give you an overview of what it's like. According to Charity Vault, there are 130 charities alone in Nairobi, Kenya. But in Phnom Penh, which is the capital of Cambodia, there's only 30. So they don't have a lot of outside help. And what you would see in Cambodia is poor socioeconomical factors. So they have a very low education, poor education system. Majority of the people are living in poverty there. And sadly, the reason why they have poor socioeconomic factors is because of a genocide that took place in Cambodia in the mid-1960s to 1970s. So there was a civil war in Cambodia in the late 1960s. And because of that, this gave the Khmer regime power to rise up and take over the government there. And when they did, basically what they said is the rural people, the people who are farmers, they are the good people. And those who live in the city, who have been exposed to Western civilization, they're evil. And they would execute them. If you were caught wearing glasses, you could be killed because you were seen as poison by Western civilization. And here is a picture of bones from the killing fields. Killing fields is what they would call the sites that the Khmer regime would take the Cambodian people to execute them. And this is kind of why, because there is such poor socioeconomic factors in Cambodia, this is why human trafficking is a big issue there. So why human trafficking? Like I just said, they have a poor education system. They're living in poverty. Why not focus on those issues? And first off, I just want to explain what human trafficking is first. So human trafficking is the illegal movement of people for the purposes of forced labor or sexual exploitation. And the home that I would be going to is focusing on the sexual exploitation. They take girls who are rescued from sex trafficking and they give them family services, therapy, education, medical care, and they give them vocational training. Now, the reason why I think human trafficking takes a little precedence over education and poverty in this situation is because how can you tell a little girl she has the right to an education if she doesn't even know that she has the right to tell what happens to her own body? You know, in Cambodia, you have girls who are human trafficked from the age of 5 to 16 to 20 to 27. And while it's important to focus on education and poverty, but I think it's more important to let these girls know that they have a right to say what goes on in their own body. I mean, I just think, how can you tell somebody that they have a right to education? They have a right to be well off in society if they don't even know that they are being denied their basic human rights. And that's one of the problems with human trafficking there is it's a violation of their human rights. And something else that we all know is that it's not just something that happens far off in another country. Human trafficking happens here in Hawaii today. The #1 place to be human trafficked in America is the Super Bowl. And because of that, because it is such a global issue, it's important to focus on this and really focus on giving these people back their basic human rights. So, thirdly, this is Patricia. That's their logo. So, third issue is why send me? Okay, so why send me? So first off, I have no vested political interest. I am not going to Cambodia to take over the government, to become a dictator. I can promise you, I am just a 20-year-old college student who wants to go and make a difference. So one reason, I'm not meeting with any foreign diplomats or relational people over there. I just want to go help. And second off, have any of you ever given to a big organization like American Cancer Society, or let's say American Diabetes Association? Have any of you ever? So sometimes when you give to organizations like that, you know the cause you're giving to, but you don't know exactly where it's going to. You don't know what type of cancer it's going to research. You don't know where in America it's going to. With my trip to Cambodia, you can add me as a friend on Facebook, and the fact that I'm in Cambodia and you'll see me actually working, going to the girls' homes to teach them and to de-lice them. You'll see, like that's what I'm doing over there. That's what financially you'd be supporting or technologically supporting, which I'll go into that later. But you have control of finances. And lastly, it's a local initiative. So we're going to Cambodia on the surface to work with human trafficked girls in Cambodia. But we have a human trafficking organization here called the Pacific Alliance to Stop Slavery, and I know the executive director. And one of my goals is to go to Cambodia and see how they're doing their organization there, see how it's running, see how they've worked and teamed up with the international justice missions and the local police department, and see if there's a way that we can implement it here. Because right now, Hawaii doesn't have a good system, and Hawaii is a mecca of human trafficking. So it's something that I think we could take and learn from Cambodia and implement here in Hawaii. So, 2 ways you can support. So probably the most obvious is donation. Yes, financial support is important, but I realize I'm talking to college students and most likely we're all broke. I understand. So that's why there is the second option, which is share my GoFundMe account on social media. How many of you have a Twitter or Facebook or Instagram? Right. So add me on social media, come up after me, come and ask me after class, or find like Juan or Meg who already have it on Facebook, and add me as a friend. And I have on my page my GoFundMe account. Right now, I've raised about 145 on GoFundMe, but I've done cooking fundraisers. So all in all, I've raised about 900 to date. And I have until about mid-July to raise the rest. So, a little nervous, but I really do feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. So I'm not really worried. But you can share my GoFundMe account. Maybe you have friends and family who are looking for a good cause to donate to. And I would be more than willing to accept that. So, in conclusion, I've talked to you about why there's a need to go to Cambodia, why there's an issue of human trafficking and why we need to work to combat that. And third, why you should send me and how you can support me on my endeavors to go to Cambodia. So I hope the next time that you have a little extra money or you have a little extra time on social media, you support me. Mahalo.